So here we go, ready for episode 1 of BBTV. That's Bbeducation, bringing you tips, sharing with you the how and the why of haircutting. So let's get started. Episode 1 is all about helping you understand where and why you start a short haircut. Where would you start at the back? Would you start at the side? And why? What do you get from it? So here, I'm already starting at the side. So let's look at why. If we start at a haircut at the side, a short haircut in this instance, we're going to get a much more graduated look. So what we mean by saying it looks more graduated is you have a much more of an obvious short to long distribution. So your hair's traveling shorter to the outline of the ear, let's say, but it's going to be longer towards the top. We're cutting our sections diagonal back. This is traveling from the front to the back of the head. This means the weight's traveling in the direction of the diagonal, so it's traveling towards the back. This means it's flattening the shape front and keeping the weight towards the back. So in essence, if you start a haircut like this, it gives you the option really of going short to the ear but long on the top. Like here, as we work around the head, you'll see I have a lot of control in how short it goes towards the nape whilst maintaining length on top. So this option gives you an obvious short to long. So this technique, starting at the side, is great if you want to cut your client's hair short over the ear or long on top. Also, if they have difficult napes, it's really good for helping to control that. Notice here, as you come round, we start to use the length from the top as our guide. This is because we're now transitioning to the crown area. This helps you to maintain length on the crown and not go too short. If you'd like some step-by-step tutorials, why not visit our website. Okay, so what have we got? We can see that we've got a short over the ear, but it's getting longer towards the top. So let's start the other side. Now we're going to start this vertically from the, if you like, our profile section. So let's look at what we've just completed. You can see our weight is traveling towards the back. So our weight's building around the head. Now we're going to take a different approach. What if we start the haircut from the back? What would we give our guest or our client? Well, let's look. So we're just simply starting the haircut with a vertical section we pull straight out. Our vertical shape is triangle, which means it's going to be traveling from a long into short. So long at the top, working short at the nape. You could of course vary this, but for this instance, we're going to maintain the same as what we did on the other side, which was a vertical triangle. So here, for building our vertical shape, our main mechanic is the elevation. This is simply moving the hair up and down. So your elevation is controlling the angle you pull the hair from the head. So that when you move the hair up and down, that's elevation. Now, we understand that is how we build our vertical shape, but what about the horizontal? What about the shape that's going side to side? What are we doing here with this? Well, we're going to maintain the same length working side to side. So on both sides, we don't want it getting longer to the front to back or the back to the front. So we've got to find what mechanic or which mechanic is going to help us control the horizontal shape. So we know moving the head up and down controls the vertical. What about moving the head side to side? That's what we call over direction. And you'd be right. That is the mechanic that is really going to help us control how we build a horizontal shape. Here, we're pulling each section directly off its own base. This is working horizontally round. And this is keeping our horizontal shape the same, working side to side. Here you'll notice we only work with 2 sections at a time. It's very important to keep your sections really clean and keep mapping the hair as you work. Okay, so let's review this side, because on this side we've started at the back. I'd really call this more of a vertical graduation, while the other side I'd call more round. So the other side we started with a diagonal back section working from the front into the back. Here we started at the centre of the back, with the profile section working vertical. So they're the main differences so far. Now, as you can see, I'm working through, we'll get towards the front and we've completed it. So this would give you a shape that side to side is the same length, but your shape going from top to bottom is short on the bottom and long on top. Now that's the same thing we did on the other side. So once this is completed, we're able to really make an assessment of the characteristics of starting at the side or starting at the back. And that is really the purpose of our tutorials, to help you to fully understand really the principles of haircutting and how to decide on the processes. Here we've just speeded up a very simple wrap dry, getting the roots pinned down nice and flat. We can start to assess the real shape here. You can see at the round shape we've built our weight. Our weight line is starting roughly just above the occipital bone, and this is working a short to long into the nape and long going vertically up. So let's see the differences in the other side. So as we just very quickly speed up a wrap dry, if only we could do this fast in real life, we're going to look at the shape. Now this looks a lot more uniformed. You see, I don't see an obvious weight line. It's a little longer at the front, a bit more feathered. It's a little longer over the ear, and the shape looks more uniform to me. So let's look at the other side. You'll see the other side is shorter at the front. It's not as long, it's a bit more sharper. But let's look at the profiles. You can see we have a much more rounder shape here. The other side was slightly flatter. So I suppose the main differences are, if we start at the back, it's slightly slimmer and slightly flatter as a shape. So we kind of get the idea that the other side then is a lot more graduated. You can see here we have an obvious weight line, here we don't. So if you start at the sides, you're going to get a much more graduated look. If you start at the back, you get a much more layered look. So that brings to an end our first episode for BBTV. We really hope you've enjoyed this. If you did enjoy it, please give us a like or subscribe, and be sure to tune in next week for episode 2. Thank you very much, guys.